All was good in January 1300s Europe. The church was strong, trade was at a high, cities were growing, and the population was thriving. In Germany, there is a Jew named Otto. Jews like him are usually in the lower class, having intense work and being oppressed by the upper class. You can see him here on his way to a popular trade location. In Italy, Queen Elizabeth resides in her palace. She is treated by her staff including clergymen, diplomats, bowmen, and a troubadour. In March, Mongolia had a small infectious outbreak, although trade ships with disease-carrying rats had already made it into Europe's harbors, causing an outbreak there. In the high-populated areas Otto is usually in, like town streets and trade temples, he notices people coughing and developing some skin illness, although he brushes it off as small disease. In Italy, Queen Elizabeth is informed of this small outbreak, and her team takes precautions to distance her from the common population. In April, the disease is in full force. Crops fail, temperatures plummet, church organization crumbles, and the plague is now in full effect. Queen Elizabeth is informed that the plague is much more dangerous than thought and is spreading rapidly. Wealthy people, including Elizabeth, flee to their out-of-city private estates by horseback. Once she arrives, Elizabeth locks herself in the estate where she is quarantined for the rest of the plague. Things are going much worse for Otto back in Germany. Trade has diminished heavily, so Otto has not been making stable money. On his way to his usual trade location, Otto has something much worse than poverty waiting for him. A group of highly religious and highly anti-Semitic people called the Flagellants notice his Jewish attire while making their round. They view the Jews as the people who are poisoning the air, and they are the reason why God has created the plague. These beliefs will explain what they're about to do. The Flagellants believe that Otto is dead and leave. Little did they know that while Otto was in bad condition, he did not die and managed to crawl back on his horse and continue the journey. After Otto's abundant exposure to the disease, he contracts it himself. Over the span of a week, Otto contracts buboes, starts bleeding, and dies from the plague. In 1346, the plague was over. People had immense dread over the loss of their family, but the economy was rebuilding. Elizabeth was saved and did not contract any disease, although was devastated by the loss of her father, who stayed behind to allow her to travel to the estate quickly. Otto died because of immense brain damage and heavy contraction of the bubonic plague. He did not have anybody to care for or look after him, which caused nobody to remorse or even notice his death. The world after the plague was different. People had much dread for the loss of their loved ones, although crops were regrowing, trade increased, the church gained its power back, and the economy grew. And rule was in place once. What are you doing here?
You forgot about me. I'm the most important. I'm like the symbol of the plague.
Not really. You showed up really late in the history.
Okay.
As stated, rule was in place again. Okay, next clip. Kill me.
Guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to